placements and then maybe like 3 or 4 games beyond it, but it was Mercy every single game.
I got yelled at.
And that res.
There's like not Mercy played ever. It was like, what are you doing? Play Mercy, I'm gonna report you.
But our
I'm like,
first
do it. My dad works for Blizzard. He's Jeff Kaplan. Do it, punk.
Your cousin.
My cousin, yes.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Our first match of this game to kick off APAC 2017, we're going to control. It's going to be Lijiang Tower, and this was actually MVP Space's pick.
Yeah, funny enough. We considered, Vici, all right, this is not a bad map for them. You can run far. Mercy, McCree can cut off a lot of flanking routes, and a Tracer can potentially pull off, or a Genji out of auto. But MVP being ballsy and going for it, I guess it shows they really have a lot of confidence in this pick.
Yeah.
And I talked to Blank before we got here today, Jamerson, and they were saying when they streamed against MVP Space, it seemed like even MVP Space didn't know what they were doing with their compositions. They played Junkertown, and Blank had no idea what they were doing, but they rolled over them 6-3. They put them on Lijiang Tower and had a little bit of a tougher time, so the map they definitely prepared for, but you need to have a game plan.
How can your opponents know what you're doing if you don't know what you're doing, Jason?
Exactly, right? 4D chess, and we're playing Chutes and Ladders.
But we're playing Overwatch now.
Here we are.
We're on Lijiang Tower, and we're going to be starting off on Night Market here. So I do expect some Bar of Mercy to come out. Not so much maybe from the side of Vici Gaming. Jason, along with Dia. Dia probably going to be running that McCree. Jason,
I would hope so.
Possibly the Genji. Maybe the Doomfist, but more than likely the Genji, I would say, at this point. As most teams just not feeling too great about the Doomfist so far. We're already opening up. MVP on the red side. Both teams just facing off the middle of the courtyard right now. Vici Gaming being pushed back just a little bit as it's MVP to make their way to the point first.
I think Vici actually gave them the ground, because I think they want to attack from the courtyard, having that distance where MVP have to kind of cover. Jason flanker on the left-hand side. Good waiting for some initial early damage. The point has been unlocked, so we're good to see that big brawl happen here, James.
Yeah, Jason's made his way into the backline. He sees the Mercy, but the projected barrier is there to try and stop some of that damage. Ooh. Jason already coming on in, takes out his counterpart, and that's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Vici Gaming. The Chinese team already off to a strong start.
Yeah, so MVP, like, they're running basically like a full dive composition in this meta. They have the Genji, they have the Tracer. The only thing they don't have is the Lucio, where they're subbing in a Mercy. That, I think, can actually be really strong, really successful, because who's going to protect Yumu? It's going to have to be the tank on it for Vici Gaming to fall back and help him out, or maybe even Dia, but not even Dia can stop the amount of people that can jump on top of him. The downside is that Winston's very squishy when he jump in, so Kuki could easily be cleaned up before they can even pick up that initial kill.
Now, already 20% on the board. MVP Space, they're going to initiate with that Transcendence. There's the blade out from Otto, but it's into a counter Transcendence. Eagle's trying to get focused down right now. He gets the res off onto Yaoji, but he immediately falls now. Still, it's a 5v5, fighting outside. Neither team able to get that much ground. They're just trading back and forth so far. It's a really messy fight as Yaki is trying his best to focus down this Primal Rage Winston on the opposite end. He drops low 5 HP. But there's the self-destruct. It doesn't get anything. It does force them out to separate positions. We'll see if they can find any advantages off of this.
I mean, you can see, though, that in the meantime, Vici has been able to maintain and control the point, and it comes down to who can kill the other team's bursting in time, at least at the moment, as D was already able to get the better of Fuse. And Fuse going to get that res up, has the Valkyrie pumps. We'll have another res available here in a second if he needs it, but Eagle as well has got Dia up, and it looks like finally MVP will be able to get some ground.
Yeah. That Valkyrie form just super strong for the Mercy. I just can't get over how quickly she moves around the map, along with being able to just no-clip up and down.
Yeah.
It's unheard of. But now already they are trying to keep this point contested. 78%, it's still in favor of Vici Gaming. They're just staggering, but it'll be 80 before MVP finally take control of the point.
MVP should be able to win this next fight, and even the one after that, I would assume, because you don't have Transcendence anytime soon. I mean, Yaki kills Dia. If you're Eagle here, do you really want to invest that Resurrection, that 30-second cooldown to get him up, then push in with an ult disadvantage or the res disadvantage? Yeah. You're probably just going to wait for the respawn. But Otto, he's the one with the blade up, and with no Transcendence out of Yumu, those are free pickings.
Yeah, we saw last time. We tried to focus down Eagle with it, but the Transcendence was there to counter him out. And now, they have to go in. No ultimates on the side of Vici Gaming here. They're getting closer to a Transcendence, but Yumu has to be careful. He has to stay alive with this. He's got the Trans. He's going to go ahead and pop it, and the dive comes out from MVP. They're trying to get damage across, but Dia right now, here is the blade from Otto as Transcendence does dissipate. He will instantly take out Eagle. Now MVP in a great spot. No! Dia is able to take him out, so they trade man for man so far, but they still have their Mercy alive. Fuse goes down. Dia trying his best. He does get focused down, and now it's going in favor of MVP. So we have a 2v1 over here. Yaki gets the melee in, takes out Jason, and with that, MVP should be able to clean up the point.
That was really, for someone who's been on the roster, and I'm speaking about Otto here, for such a long time as a Genji specialist, I was really disappointed with that blade. He wasted his dashes multiple times, not able to dash through anyone on Vici to get the resets continuing to get that damage down. Emu, he got his Transcendence at the perfect time, but that dive that was so aggressive at MVP forced that trance right away. But D's got the Deadeye up, and we know the defense matrix changes. It's really hard to stop a McCree who's Deadeye.
Yaki tries his best to get into the back line, is forced away. It's Tanko that comes in. He's got that Primal Rage as Dia try to use that Deadeye. Wasn't able to get anything out of a flashbang. No, he's not. He doesn't have to follow up aim for it. Unfortunately, the Tracer gets away, but still, the res comes out from Fuse, but they were able to take out Kuki. And so they're on to the point, about to flip it, and they will. And now it's coming down to the final team fight.
They flipped it for free. There was no one contesting that. We're going to see Undyne get a kill on a Yumu, but they're going to force the res on an Eagle. Dia is finally able to take down Yaki, but the kills are going all red.
And yeah, they've even got the D-Mech onto Yao Ji. The cleanup is there also. So the man advantage going over for MVP is Otto. This breakout performance for him, this is one of the first times we've actually seen him. And especially in a LAN setting, he has a great performance so far.
He hasn't had great blades, but he's had great play beyond that. And 95% now, Jamerson, we need to see Son on Vici touch the point. Tanku doesn't have his Primal Rage up, but there will be Jason there to do it in the meantime. So they're going to have the overtime. And Otto, he has his blade out.
Yeah, Otto with the blade. There's no Transcendence quite yet. Yumu was only 30% away. And with that, they're going to try and delay with the Transcendence. I don't know if they've got the actual bodies there to be able to deal with this. Jason came in. He got the Pulse Bomb kill off onto Kuki, but instantly res. Now, it's all up to MVP just to clean this up and getting the first point. Remember, we are playing on live, so this is best of 3 on Control. Eagle trying his best. He's fighting back, but still not going to be enough quite yet. Yaki cleans up Dia, who swapped off onto Doomfist. They're going to get the D-Mech. Here's a self-destruct for even more stall, but it should be MVP space as soon as they clean up these tanks. We've got the Primal Rage Winston. We've got Yao Ji, who's about to get D-Mech once again. Taku is able to answer back, get the kill onto Bianca, but still, it's all bodies on the point for MVP space, and it's just stalling coming out from Vici Gaming.
Let's try him. They don't have res anymore. They had Yumu switch over to Soldier, and Otto's trying to go in with another blade. This is his second one in overtime, and the kills seem to always go the way of MVP space as they're able to close out first point here on Lijiang Tower. I would say that personally that's an upset, actually. Yeah. I was not expecting MVP space to be able to manhandle Vici like that. But Otto, yeah, his blades have been a little bit lackluster, at least in the beginning. Maybe some stage fright, you know? Maybe being in front of an audience like this is a little bit rough for him. But definitely didn't have the performance in the beginning of that match, but later on he did start to warm up a little bit to really show what he can do.
Right now the worrying thing is that Vici Gaming used to deal with dive by having that McCree, the McFist composition. Right? If a flanker gets in, you have the one-shot potential with the Doomfist, and then you also had the flashbang, a headshot follow-up coming out from Dia. Dia not looking absolutely on point with his aim so far.
It's not. I don't think it's a fact of him being dove. It's like they have the crutch in their minds of using the Diva to keep defense matrix up the entire time, so you can't die and you're allowed to fend for yourself. But with the changes to defense matrix, Dia really can't do that. He doesn't have the amount of protection he's maybe used to here playing this this McCree.
So, Jason now on the Tracer once again. We've got the Tracer Genji as we are onto control point. Both teams battling over the middle. Yaki already forced to use his recall, but Vici Gaming just giving up ground, allowing them to have main control over the point right now. As it does unlock, he gets to the back line, almost gets the clip onto the Mercy. Eagle will fall. No reses on the side for them. And with that, MVP space should have the man advantage, but they're still fighting back. Yumu, Yao Ji picking up 2 kills for themselves, and now they're fighting back. They're onto the point. Pulse Bomb gets eaten up. Bianca coming in clutch for MVP. There's the Pulse Bomb. Taku is going to be the recipient of that one as he falls. It's a real back and forth affair, but during all that, MVP was able to get the point.
Keep in mind, Bianca making his debut as well with MVP space here, originally from MVP Infinity. And he's replacing Kyokyu, which I think he didn't do that bad on D.Va at all during the entirety of Apex. So I'm a little bit surprised to see these changes, but talking to Wolf over in Korea, and he was saying maybe it's like the coach wanting to make some changes just to see how it works out for them. So that's a little bit questionable at such a big tournament.
There we go. Yaki just getting a little bit too big for his bridge. He's got into the back line. It was Dia that cleaned him up. We do have the Valkyrie out on the side of MVP, but we'll see if Fuse can actually get there. They're going to try and zone him out with that Deadeye to make sure he can't get that resurrection, and that just forces MVP back. Jason came in. He's on that Doomfist once again. We'll see if he gets anything. There we go. Takes out Otto, instantly res though, and now he's on the hunt for this Mercy, but still, that movement is just so much mobility for D.Va, but already he lines it up with that Doomfist. The Rocket Punch takes him out.
This is why we love seeing Doomfist, and this is the home of Doomfist where we saw him really come out in this region. We're gonna see Eagle get the res, but in the meantime, MVP still have control of the point. They're still holding on. Eventually they will be cleaned up. And I mean, the way this goes with Mercies on either side is who can kill the other Mercy the fastest. Jason wasn't really able to accomplish that too much on Tracer. Yaki likes to play more of a flanking kind of style with this Tracer, which this map really works well for, and he was able to do decently well against Eagle earlier on. But Dia's really been the man to look for.
Yeah.
And when Dia's being preoccupied by Yaki and Otto and Kuki diving into him, Fuse has a lot easier of a time just surviving, just getting those reses up, just being a nuisance that Mercy can really be at this kind of high-level play.
Otto has his blade once again. Jason gets in the back line. 1-2 combo to get the D-mech onto Bianca. He's dropped low. His passive keeps him alive for now, and he takes this guy with the Meteor Strike. Gets up onto the high ground, waiting for that healing, and with that, MVP just back off.
So I've been hearing that a lot of teams have really not been playing too much Doomfist lately. When I talk to the two Western teams and the opponents they have played, I'm not going to go into necessarily who it is, just for the sake of, not giving away information that shouldn't be given away, but they haven't seen too much Doomfist, though I'm still pleasantly enjoying watching Jason play this. Yeah, it's not really going to have a good chance of killing a Mercy who can super jump as well. Keep that in mind. You can use someone on the same level as you to jump up really high and get away from people, but he can kill people so quickly that it's like, all right, you can res one every 30 seconds. You can't res more than that.
Oh, Dia comes in with that flanking McCree. That's a triple kill for him. And Vici Gaming really coming alive here on Control as they're about to tie it up 69 to 69%. And that's what we're talking about. Dia, he just finds great angles for those Deadeyes.
He's the McGod.
McGod.
He really is. And I mean, he can play the level Undead that we saw of LGD, currently on the Chinese Overwatch World Cup team. He can play to that kind of level. His Deadeye has actually been really starting to step up as the season progressed at OWPS.
Yeah.
But the engagement's coming out. The trance is good out of Undyne, but the thing is, it's not going to stop someone from getting bursted.
Yeah, and that's the burst that we're talking about right there. The self-destruct.
Oh,
Instant rest! Jason with a huge kill onto Fuse, taking him out. He's still alive. The blade comes out from Otto, but there's a Transcendence coming out from Yubu. And with that, it's at 99% as they are cleaning up bodies. Our Vici Gaming about to tie this up 1-1 with that overtime ticks away, and we're going to a third point here on Lijiang.
I do apologize if I blew anyone's eardrums up there, but that was an insane punch as we just talked about. Doomfist having a hard time of dealing with a Mercy who can fly in the sky. But he gets the kill, he shuts that down, and when you're running a comp like MVP is running, really squishy, low HP targets, Doomfist can insta-kill so many different people.
I mean, there were 4 targets on the side of MVP space. And also, I mean, we saw what Jason was able to do to Bianca's mech. With the full combo.
What mech?
Exactly. With the full combo, you just get rid of all of that HP. She's instantly, out of that mech. And I love how they're utilizing Jason to really do that. Get that burst damage down onto the D.Va, allow Dia then to follow up with that McCree.
Yeah, I mean, the Matrix isn't going to save you like it might have been in the past. It's not going to be able to last long enough. And we're going to see Jamerson, the Pharmacy versus Pharmacy. Talked a little bit about this before. Yaki being the terror in the sky. Jason can play so aggressive, where Yaki's actually more of a passive Pharah player when it comes to Pharah v Pharah. He doesn't like to go for the battles. He likes to attack more towards tanks, build up ultimates, and that's kind of generally the playstyle he likes to go for on Pharah in particular, which is kind of opposite to what he plays Tracer.
Tanku with the one-track mind gets right on top of Fuse, takes him out, forcing out the instant rest. So they don't have that for another 20 seconds from now. Otto onto the Tracer at this point as Yaki is now in the sky. Otto has to fall back. But Yao Ji looked like he fell there, and so they got the man advantage on the side of MVP space. And they're going to push forward now with their advantage.
A little bit surprised and not surprised to see actually Otto on the Tracer. Looks like Jason will kill himself, unfortunately. Not living up to the Jason name, as I'd say. But Otto on the Tracer seems to be doing pretty well. He's got his post bomb up. It's a little bit ahead of Dia here. And it looks like MVP should ideally be able to take the point. That's the Eagle on the Lucio coming in a little bit too late. I think MVP will finish with Control.
Yeah, and so Otto did use that pulse bomb towards the end there to clean it up, but that's fine. It's Tracer. It's a half ult, really.
It's his 30-second resurrection, basically. It's his 30-second ultimate that he's got.
But also, Otto's just been really good about getting his either his blades or his pulse bomb up. I mean, that was a quick one. Now, we'll see if Jason can get back in. I mean, it's so difficult for the retake to come in when you're playing this far Mercy style.
Well, look at the difference. You've seen Jason, he was attacking towards Yaki, trying to force a fight, and Yaki was ignoring him. He wanted to continue to attack on the ground so he can finish off these targets.
Yeah, Tanku, he just thought he had that life, like he was so close to his primal rage. Yao Ji over the top with the self-destruct, takes out Undine, and that's huge now as the Pharah is going to get back. Oh, Yaki! Oh, the melee, and then the rockets. And I've never actually seen that before where Pharah just like pouncing from up top like a hunting spider. But here's the self-destruct coming out.
Spiders, man. Yeah. Come on. We're going to have the Valkyrie come out of Undyne. He's going to get the initial res onto Bianca, and the reason the barrage of the Yaki will be good as well, as we're able to clean up 2 kills on the point, 50% and counting for MVP space. And I think they will hold on a little bit longer here, though. There's actually quite a few men on the side of Vici sitting on the point.
Yeah, there's a barrage coming out from Jason, but his defense matrix is in his face. He gets the kill onto Undine once again, but he falls for his effort. Will Yumu have the rest for him? Yumu's dropped low. He's going to go down. It's Otto. Otto has been coming up huge for MVP time and time and again.
Yaki, oh, being so smart. He actually goes back so Undyne can get back to him with the Guardian Angel so they can continue to contest the point, continue to use this healing and those reses, which you now see Kuki getting res back up. But MVP, they've been able to hold this. We saw Yaki go back to spawn multiple times since he was trying to constantly get Undyne back there since he was being focused time and time again. But 82%, our MVP space is going to pick up this first map.
It's 15% away. Otto's already got this pulse bomb. That's the only ultimate that they're working with in this fight. While Yao Ji does have that self-destruct once again. So we'll see if he can connect onto the Pharah Mercy. He finds that window. So Undine hasn't quite used that Guardian Angel to try and get into position. Otto now on the point with this pulse bomb. Here's the self-destruct coming out from Vici Gaming. Will it connect? It does! Takes out Kuki, but is the res there for Undine? He's going to be able to bring up Kuki, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange after that res. There's the pulse bomb on Otto, time and again. Picks up 2 kills off of that. Yubu trying his best to get his team back into this, but he only gets a single res off onto Dia. Dia, though, will make good use of that so far, taking out his counterpart in Otto. But still, outside, we have these Pharah battles going on. Jason versus Yaki. It's Yaki that's getting the better of it. He's on the hunt for him, but there is that health pack there. But now, we're going to see the Pharah Mercy battles once again. On the point, though, MVP is just delaying this out right now. We need to get these kills. Jason, though, will take out Yaki.
Dia 11 point. Going to be recalling back to just survive. Yumu does get Ego back alive. They have double Q. They have a barrage as well to the side, which no defense really needs to block this one out on. But Jason only gets 1. He needs to go back in. Overtime is still taken away. Vici Gaming still have 0% on the board. Otto will get a nice post bomb onto Eagle to put him back in the grave a second time. And Otto is really starting to come alive here. A D-suit and a kill onto a main tank. It's looking good for MVP space.
I mean, Otto's been in like the kill feed 50% of the time for MVP at this point, but still they're fighting back. This is what happens. Oh no! The Conk Blast! Jason gets the kill onto Otto, and I guess that's the only way. Takes him out of the equation for now. You can't res that, but still, Yaki is fighting back. They've got 5 members on the point on the side of Vici Gaming. Will they finally be able to flip it? They do. They keep this alive for now, but it's 99-0 in favor of MVP.
I think there's a song that actually describes how this game's going so far.
It's the game that never ends.
This is the game that never ends.
This is already looking reminiscent to MY versus Moon Sakai that we saw last week. The team's going blow for blow at this point. What's going to be the tipping point? They do have the sound barrier on the side of MVP, and once again, it's going to be Yao Ji with that self-destruct, and Jason has a barrage.
I want to see these anti-air self-destructs that we saw happen so many times in OWPS. Yaki's getting the better of Jason. The res looks like he's trying to go for it. He's able to get him on the ground, gets a second res as well onto Eagle. So they're able to fight back on this one. The self-destruct going to be coming in. Is Yaki even away from it? No! Yao Ji gets the kill!
Yeah, and that is huge. We'll see. Does Undine have the res for him? Is he going to be able to get to position? There's the barrage. There's no defense matrix there, but the self-destruct does come out. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Bianca is down. And now the man advantage in favor of Vici Gaming, but it's okay. MVP space. They have plenty of time to work with, as Vici Gaming only have 52%.
That's the problem that Vici's going to have coming into the rest of this map, is that you don't have any more mistakes to give. You have to use ultimates whenever they're up to make sure you can maintain this, because if you mess one up, if you die with an ult up and your team loses the map, then you could be the point that have lost them this first map here in this 4-map series.
Both teams are committing so many ultimates into each fight right now. It's just down to Dia and Yaki. The We've got the Pulse Bomb versus the Barrage. We'll see if Yaki can come up with anything. As the dive has come on out, Yaki's on the hunt, trying to take out Yumu so far, but Yaki, the Kong Blast kill onto Tenku, you can't res that. They have a 2-man advantage as Yumu is able to bring back Eagle, but we'll see if they can fight back. Yumu has now gone down, so the Mercy, the res, definitely out of the equation. There's the Pulse Bomb, they're gonna get the D-Mech off of it. There's a Barrage, the follow-up coming out from Yaki, and now Otto once again just coming up huge for MVP. Is it gonna be enough for them as they are losing bodies on the side of Vici Gaming? We're at 99 to 99%. There's the sound barrier coming out from Fuse, and they're trying to finish this out strong.
Well, D was like the only man to get a sound barrier onto him, and he does fall right away. Eagles drop as well. They're gonna get the res back in Yumu last second. Gets one man back alive, but one man won't be enough. Dio! Oh, he was sniped with a pulse bomb as he blinks right into it, eventually able to escape this one. But Yaki's still alive. He's still in the air, and undying, he has his Valkyrie.
Oh, that's the damage boosted rockets taking him out, and with that, they are just completely running out of lives. Eagle will fall, and it's MVP Space with the opening volley taking map number 1 in this 4-game set.
Well, they make the first strike in the series really start to show up here. Otto, again, a little bit questionable in the beginning of how we expected him to perform. Being on the roster since April, not playing in a single match of Apex Season 4, and then to be brought in at this time, we really wondered why not continue to use One Fact. We know he's like a Doomfist specialist, but Doomfist can still be strong. So I think we can agree, Otto showed up. He played well.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of questionable moments in the beginning of the series on Night Market, but from there on, he never looked back.
Yeah, and you know, I think because they were forced onto that 3rd map, because we were on Garden, we didn't get to see more McCree coming out from Dia. He was forced to play that Tracer role, and while he didn't look uncomfortable, he didn't look as good as Otto. Otto just really came alive in this first map.
This has to have been a map 100% that they practiced quite a bit.
Yeah.
You look at the map mode wins for both teams, 40% control for MVP Space, on the other hand, Vici Gaming over at 65%.
Yeah. And, well, the thing is, you know, there's still some, like, statistical discrepancies there. Not as many matches played in Apex, but still.
Weston 侦测到入侵者。
好了，阿菲娜。
我带领守望先锋奋战了20年，人们曾经视我为英雄，那真是一段美好的日子，美好而短暂。
人们认为没有我们，他们的生活会更好，他们甚至把我们当作罪犯。
你为什么要这么做？
他们摧毁了我们这个大家庭。
风云再度变幻，是时候做出选择了。
但是你们看看，现在必须有人站出来，我们必须站出来。
找到什么了？又来捣蛋了吗，亲爱的？
没那么容易。
我们可以再次改变这个世界，这个世界比以往更加需要我们。你们来不来？3, 2, oh, let's break it.
showtime. Whew, everything's moving so fast, it feels like I'm standing still.
Let's get it.